Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, we are going to be doing a reading and energy update for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. So the first thing I want to say is thank you so much for being here. Thank you for those of you who have been along on this journey. I read a couple really beautiful comments that almost brought me to tears because it was from some of you who have been here since like 2021, 2022, the really early stages of this channel. And you were talking about how much you've seen us all grow together and how much you've personally grown and changed on this journey. And one of the most fulfilling and beautiful things to see is how so many of us collectively are coming into our power, stepping into sharing our true self or our true voice with the world in some kind of way. I know that many of you who tune in here are often silently watching and maybe not necessarily feeling guided to leave a comment. And of course, that is perfectly fine, whatever you feel guided to do. But I just want to say that I really honor and see those of you who do silently watch this channel, who have been connected here, even if you have never necessarily left a comment. I hope you know that your energy is felt here and you are playing such a powerful and important role on this journey. And of course, thank you to those of you who do comment as well. But in either case, you are bringing your unique frequency and energy to this virtual space that we've been co-creating through the years. And if only you could see the impact, the ripple effect, the butterfly effect of your energy, not just here in this community, but on the planet as well. You would be astounded to know how every time you speak your truth, every time you smile at a stranger, every time you say a kind word to uplift someone, you quite literally change the frequency of the planet. And I just wanted to stop here at the beginning of this reading to acknowledge you, to acknowledge how far you've come and how much more is to come for you, because I feel that I'm literally seeing someone holding this huge book and turning a page, and I see you turning pages in your life. And there are so many magnificent things happening through this turning of the pages. So maybe we'll get into some of that in today's reading. I am just going to allow the energy to guide the messages today. So we'll see what wants to come through here. But I really just wanted to start with that little personal note here. And kind of in the same vein as well, I wanted you to be the first to know that I am just now releasing my second song. So this should be fully released across streaming platforms either by today or within the next few days. It can take some time for it to process. So I will leave a pinned comment here under the video that will have, yes, the extended reading today because there will be an extended, but I'll also update that comment and let you know whenever this song becomes available. It really is a powerful thread of energy that I've picked up on for a while now in our collective, and I have been starting to share channeled music as an alternative medium to channel into specific messages, energies, and threads of this collective, and to tell those stories that are coming up collectively in a lyrical and musical form. And so if that resonates with you, I am hoping that these songs can bring through channeled messages that will make you feel like your story is deeply seen and understood. If your story hasn't been picked up on yet in one of these songs, then stay tuned, because I am going to be channeling into many different energies, and I'm hoping to be able to really tap into your energy and your story soon to turn that into some kind of a song as well. So I'm really excited about channeling in this way through music, and my music is available under my artist name, Songs by Infinity. And I'll go ahead and share the name of the second song because it may already be released, but I'm not really sure. But again, I want you to know first. So the name of the song is The Light in Your Room. And this one is a bit longer, but I felt that it needed to be because it tells a story. It picks up on a very specific thread of energy. And again, one that I've been sensing through some of these readings. So I will update you in the pinned comment under this video when it's available with a link so you can check it out. But I just really wanted to share that. And of course, my first song, Go On to New York, is still available if you haven't yet given that a listen and you feel guided to it. But I also just want to take a moment here to say that I am sensing that there are many creative types listening to this video right now. So whether you are a writer, a songwriter, a poet, an artist, whether you are working with crafting in some kind of way, you are teaching in some way, coaching, starting a business, really working within a family unit, whatever you're doing, all of those roles are equally powerful. And I just want to say that I'm really grateful for you being here, because regardless of which one of those types of roles you fall into, they are all inherently creative on a spiritual level, even if it's not necessarily something people traditionally think of as creative, like starting a business or like pursuing a certain career. It's creative because you are molding with energy. You are taking your beautiful frequency and you're sharing it with the world. You're infusing it into something. And something that's been coming up really strongly is that if you've been feeling a calling towards something, maybe a lost part of yourself that you want to share again, or maybe some kind of goal or dream, not only is that goal or dream calling you to it because there is a timeline where your wildest dreams have been achieved in that area, where you are doing whatever you desire to be doing to the fullest extent, but also, and this is the kind of channel download that's been coming through recently, also, when you feel that pull to share something with the world, know that part of what you're feeling is the world that needs that art or that creation or that business or that service or that product, or you in that career space or that community. Part of what you're feeling is the world manifesting that from you because the world needs it in a sense. You are answering some kind of call collectively. I'm hearing like something you're doing or creating is like a collective answer to a certain prayer or a certain request. I'm also getting a message that many of you are doing something that might have elements of looking conventional on the surface, meaning it may be a very long-standing industry or career or some kind of dream that you're trying to accomplish. But the beautiful thing about it is you are going about doing it in a completely unique way. And the word authentic is coming out. Like you are bringing something deeply raw and authentic to this industry or to this space that is really positively disruptive. It's shaking up the typical status quo in that area. You aren't just manifesting for a collective that is subconsciously requesting whatever you have to offer in that space, but you're also manifesting and molding and shaping a whole industry in a brand new way. So I really just wanted to start there, and I am going to go ahead and start shuffling some of the cards. If you do want to contribute your energy in a stronger way, you can do so by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, or simply thinking your intentions, meditating on your intentions. Any of these would be examples of ways to transmit your energy. And of course, you can do whatever feels best and most aligned for you. Okay, I don't know why I felt the need to take some deep sigh Ooh, I heard something about coming home. You guys know, by the way, I have to preface by saying this, especially for newcomers, but I really want to let you know that I do tend to pick up on many different threads of energy in these readings. I know that, by the way, this is a bit of a side note, but I know some of you commented saying that you really enjoy the mini readings that I do over the weekends and outside of these main postings. And I just wanted to say how grateful I am that you let me know that you do enjoy those readings. And I love recording those as well. And yes, I love doing these collective readings because I feel like they kind of create a rhythm in this community and they're nice checkpoints for collective energies. But honestly, I think that at times I enjoy doing those mini readings even more because we get to go so deep into very specific dynamics. We often pull through super specific details. And yeah, I just love doing those random readings. So thank you for letting me know that you enjoy those as well. And I know I've not been doing as many of them in the last week or so. Things have been a little bit busy, but I promise I will be creating a lot more of those soon, maybe even in the coming week, because I feel that there's been a bit of a collective shift and a lot of new energies popping up and coming through. So stay tuned for that. But I got started down this trail of thought because I was going to say, especially to newcomers listening here, that in these readings, I tend to pick up on many different threads of energy, especially in the collective readings on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just a little plug. If you do want to tune in on those times and days, we are here every single time, those 3 times a week. And I just love that feeling of rhythm and consistency. And again, sometimes I post outside of those readings. And if you want to be the first to know when those spontaneous messages come through, then I would love for you to subscribe to the channel. Okay, so yeah, only take the threads of energy if I can finish the thought here. I keep kind of like getting a little sidetracked, but I feel like that speaks to something about the collective energy today. Maybe you're feeling a little bit distractible or kind of like your energy is jumping around a little bit. Not necessarily in a negative sense. In fact, I'm picking up there's a quantum productivity to it, to get a little quantum here already in the reading. But what I feel my guides mean by that is, even if it feels unproductive because you feel like you are jumping from subject to subject, from a higher perspective, you're actually being guided to focus in different directions because you're kind of weaving something together energetically. And it's happening through, well, what appears to be, from a 3D perspective, you jumping between subjects or things. Yeah, so that's a message coming through for someone. Okay. So what can I channel for our collective here? Yeah, something about coming home. There is a person here who's coming up who feels like home. I mean, that's the best way I can describe it. They feel deeply familiar. There is something very warm and inviting about their soul. This is someone who I'm hearing doesn't want to push you, only wants to love you. Like, this is someone who would never pressure you into anything before you feel ready or push you in any kind of way. This may even be someone who's a little reserved about sharing their feelings. I got the name Connor for someone. I do like to share when random names come through. I also got the name 𝗬ście at the beginning of this reading, if that connects for you. So the thing about this person, and it could be romantic, it could be platonic, but I just keep seeing their eyes. And for some reason, I'm seeing brown or hazel eyes. So maybe that's an eye color for someone here. That doesn't have to be the case. But there's something really gentle and soft about these eyes. And I just see them looking at you with this gentleness and this softness, but also this really deep, familiar love. There's something very steady about their energy towards you. And I keep getting that there's something really warm about your bond for both of you. This doesn't feel like a bond that is volatile or conflicting or anything like that. It just feels present. It just feels soft and steady and warm. It may not always take the same form in the physical realm. You may not always be communicating with this person the same way or seeing them the same way. I keep seeing trees in a forest and I don't know why. I don't know if that connects for someone. But the thing about this person is, even if the nature of the bond changes physically, there's this steadiness and warmth spiritually between the two of you. It's like, from a spiritual perspective, they're just kind of holding you in their gaze, we could say, like never really fully taking their eyes off you spiritually. For some reason, I'm getting a very specific image of someone in a room who's watching you out of their peripheral vision. It's like not really letting you out of their sight fully, but not also directly looking at you. It's like they don't want to make it obvious that they're looking at you, but they're seeing you out of their peripheral vision. I got letter initials TRAVLT, also O. That could be in someone's first or last name. Anyway, this person, that could be literal. Maybe this has happened with them in a literal space where you have noticed them kind of looking at you out of the corner of their eye, or they kind of always seem to gravitate towards you in a room or a space, like they don't quite want to let you fully out of their vicinity or out of their sight. But at the same time, they may be someone who like wouldn't directly approach you or doesn't want to be obvious, like staring at you or something. I don't know, that could apply for someone, but this also could be metaphoric, where no matter how far apart you get from each other, this person metaphorically never really wants to fully let you go. They never really fully let you out of their field energetically or out of their sight. I'm seeing a postcard for someone, and also the image of a fountain. Okay, so what else can I share about this person or this connection? I just saw a bird fly by. Maybe that's significant. It looked like some kind of blackbird. The Page of Cups reversed. This is someone who naturally feels soft with you. They feel emotionally vulnerable with you. And this may just come naturally for the two of you. I feel like it's something about your bond. You have this kind of connection where it's very easy for the both of you to be soft. I just keep getting the words like soft and gentle and warm. I mean, if that's reminiscing of a connection for you, then that's probably this person coming through. I heard something about the state of Tennessee. So this is someone who naturally finds it easy to be emotionally vulnerable with you. I'm also picking up something about like a wounded inner child aspect, where there's a part of them that feels like they have to present as like tough or cold or harsh or emotionless. Because that programming is coming up here, I'm feeling many of them may be a masculine energy. Now, of course, use these labels only how they apply. And for the purposes of this reading, these labels, masculine and feminine, are meant to describe energy dynamics. And we all have a balance of both internally. So this could apply to your internal masculine, your internal feminine, or an external person or situation. It also could be reversed for you. I mean, take it how it connects, but most of you listening to this reading, this is going to be a masculine energy coming through, because they've had this wounded masculine programming, which so many masculines are trained in this way societally, to close their heart, to be cold, to present this harsh exterior, because they believe that if they are soft and if they are emotional and vulnerable and open, they're going to get hurt. You know, you see this everywhere. And I know that if you are a masculine yourself, or you were raised around that masculine programming, you're probably very familiar with this within yourself. And I actually, for some reason, I was just thinking about how the other day I was at dinner and I was sitting outside, and beside me there were two men talking at a table, and I was hearing bits of their conversation, and they were talking about one of them having met a woman and how they were like surprised because she actually seemed attracted to him, even though he was being like kind and open and caring of her. And the other friend was commenting, wow, that's really strange, because, you know, women usually only like men that are like a little bit mean to them, or like, you know, he was basically saying that harshness kind of pulls women in for a man. I mean, of course, in like this sort of dating scenario. But it really got me thinking, because that is the way that it is kind of conventionally accepted, that when a man is cold or uncaring to a woman, that somehow she is going to be more attracted to that. And also vice versa. The same is true for women or feminine energies. Again, you can be a man with feminine energy or a woman with masculine energy, of course. But for women and feminine energies, we are often programmed to believe that if we are not distant and aloof and hard to get, that we are going to push a man away, that if we're too open about what we want and we're too just authentically present with our hearts open, that we're going to be rejected. So the programming really goes both ways. But what I thought was beautiful about overhearing this, and I don't know why I felt guided to share this because I don't usually share personal anecdotes, but this really stuck with me. I feel like there was a reason I heard that conversation, because I was meant to bring it into this reading, because the world is shifting. The world is changing. Yes, there are still people with their hearts closed who are afraid when they see someone with their heart so open. But also, the world is changing. The world is awakening. Slowly, people are beginning to open their hearts. And we can see this affecting love, romance, and dating as well. And anyway, I'm kind of going off on a tangent here. Let me know in the comments, by the way, if you have any thoughts on this, because I thought it was so interesting to think that that is how so many masculine energies are programmed, to believe that if they are kind and caring and supportive of a woman, that kind of openness and consistency will actually be unattractive. And of course, it would be to a wounded feminine, just like for a wounded masculine, he would be feeling repelled by a feminine that was really soft and heart open. Of course, that's also the beautiful thing about the sifting and sorting process, because if you are that feminine energy listening, know that yes, there are going to be people who are wounded in their heart space and who feel intimidated when they encounter someone like you who lives by their heart, who has their heart so radically open. But know that the right ones will always find you, and allow those who are not ready for you to be repelled out of your life. Because I'll tell you, even if they are repelled away from you, because you held your heart so open in interacting with them, they may try to walk away, but you will have left an impression that only someone could leave if they are as connected to their heart as you are. They might not be ready to fully receive or understand that impression in the moment, but most likely they'll never forget you. And regardless of where things go later on, they will realize, wait a second, that feminine that I interacted with was so beautiful inside and out. They were so heart open, and that really left a mark on me in a positive way, in a way that I never forgot. This is also why many of you have people, friends, family members, romantic people from your past who aren't necessarily ready to receive your love, to receive your open-heartedness in the moment, but it leaves that kind of quantum impression on them, meaning an impression that transcends time, space, and distance and affects them consciously on a future part of their timeline, so to speak. So I don't know why I felt guided to share all that. Maybe someone needed to hear that, but the person coming up here, I felt them relating with these messages because they are someone who has been taught that in order to be loved by a feminine energy, they have to close their heart. They have to be harsh and cold. And you bring out the opposite from them. In fact, they cannot keep their heart closed around you. I'm hearing like this person has a soft spot for you. That's the best way I can describe it. And I have to say, I also got the words only you, that you are the only person that they have this soft spot for, so to speak. And not only that, but I feel everyone around them knows this as well. People know that this person, it's almost like they have this quiet awareness that you affect them differently than any other feminine that they've ever met. Even if people around them, I see them often being silent, like not necessarily commenting on it or calling this person out for it, but they know. People who are closest to them, their closest friends, their closest family members, I'm hearing they know that it's always been you. I'm getting something about an uncle figure or a father. Maybe that's a person in this person's life that especially has this knowing that I'm hearing, I've never seen them like this with anyone else besides you. So I am also getting the 8 of Swords here. And what I see is that while there is this softness and this emotional openness to this bond, this person is also feeling powerless in a way, powerless over their feelings for you, powerless because they know that what they feel for you is unlike, really what you bring out in them is unlike what anyone else brings out in them. And yet there's something entrapping here. There's this feeling of, I don't know what to do with these emotions. I am getting a weakness around the throat chakra for this person. This might reflect in their posture in some cases. That won't be for everyone. Like they might not really hold their kind of head and shoulders up fully open and like straight because they're dealing with a little bit of like weak throat chakra energy. That will be very specific to someone, not everyone. But I'm getting like something about this person being silent when their spirit is telling them to speak, or when people around them even are urging them to speak or to, I'm hearing like to tell you the truth or to take action towards you. I'm hearing if you don't tell her, you're going to regret it. It's like if you don't tell collective divine feminine what you're feeling about them, you are going to regret it. Either that is what someone around them is saying to them, could be that father or uncle figure, or that is, or even a brother. I'm getting it could be a brother as well, or that is what they are thinking to themselves. I'm hearing the word advice. So I do feel for many of them, this is advice they're getting from someone else, like just to tell you. To tell you what? Let's go deeper into this. So I'm actually going to go to my other traditional tarot deck, and I want to know, what is it that this person is being urged to tell you? What are people telling them to tell you? Okay, people are urging them to be confident, or they are internally urging themselves, like trying to work themselves up into this confidence. This person struggles with their throat chakra energy and also their solar plexus energy. So yeah, they tend to hold their silence. They're very conflict avoidant is what I'm getting about this person. But they want to work up the courage with the Ace of Cups to tell you about, it's very strange. I'm hearing new feelings that were already there, or that were always there, which I know sounds like a paradox, but there's both an element of a new feeling here and also of familiarity here that we have to reconcile in this reading, because something about this person is deeply familiar, whether that's on a soul level, that this is someone that you have spent many lifetimes with, so there is a soul familiarity, which is probably the case for you regardless of any other kind of familiarity. But also, I feel for many of you, this is a person that you have some kind of history with in this life or some kind of past with. But if that is the case, it's like this person feels as though, and what they want to express are that they've been developing new feelings for you, meaning there's been this like new wave of consciously realizing emotions they're having for you, but those emotions on some level were also always there. Like they're just being revived. They were just dormant for a while. But something about them does feel new as well, almost like they are consciously feeling them now more strongly, even if they were always there kind of dormant beneath the surface. And I keep getting this is like an emotional awakening. Like this person is consciously connecting the dots here with themselves. They're realizing what they're feeling emotionally. Can I get any information about what else this person wants to share with you or tell you or offer you? Okay. Ace of Wands. They want things to progress forward here. There's a lot of fire sign energy, so someone could be a fire sign. There's also just a very strong amount of physical attraction here from this person. They are feeling, I'm hearing like a huge surge of attraction towards you magnetically, physically, through their sacral chakra. You're definitely stirring up that energy within them. So if you've been actually feeling random strong urges of like physical attraction towards this person out of nowhere, most likely you are actually feeling them. You are sensing their attraction to you, which again is very strong at this point. With the Sun card, I also get the sense of this card representing that this is a masculine who I'm hearing they're different than how you knew them before. So if you do have a past with this person, they've gone through some kind of awakening. My guides are almost saying it was like a secret awakening that happened behind the scenes. You may not even fully consciously know that this person is opening their mind spiritually. Quite literally, they may be exploring certain spiritual topics or ideas that they were very closed off to in the past. I just keep hearing this person is becoming a lot more open-minded, and something about conversation. Maybe they want to have a conversation with you about some of what they've been contemplating spiritually or thinking about as a result of this awakening that they've gone through. With the Wheel of Fortune, I saw these doors opening up, and I feel this represents some kind of potential portal of reconnection opening up between the two of you. But I keep getting the word new, like this person wants to connect with you as this new version of themselves. They want you to understand how much they've changed, and they're struggling to really find the words to convey that or communicate that, which seems to be why they want to spend more time around you or have more conversations with you, because I feel like this is someone who wants to be working up that courage to be more blunt with you, to be more open with you. I feel like they often imagine themselves making some kind of move on you romantically, like reaching out to kiss you or to embrace you or to hold your hand or something like that. I mean, you can take that to apply to your scenario, but I feel like it's almost like they are wanting to, I'm hearing they want to know if it's still there. Interesting. It's almost like they want to make some kind of move to see if you haven't connected with this person in a while, maybe they want to re-explore some kind of spark, or they want to know if that chemistry or connection is still there because they're feeling the attraction so strongly. They may also just want to know if you're feeling this too. And I'm hearing something about body language, like they want to be around you physically or make some kind of move physically because they don't just want to read your words or hear you explain how you feel about them. They want to be able to read it. It's like they're scanning. They're trying to be able to read it also in your body language, like in you being next to them, whether you seem drawn to them or seem to want to communicate with them or be close to them or are feeling that attraction. I don't know who this is for. This is feeling very specific, but I just feel this masculine scanning for those signs. Again, it does feel like some portal of opportunity is opening up here. And the word second chance is coming out. So maybe you did try to connect with this person in the past, or the two of you tried to make something work. But I feel like chances for the two of you tend to come up in cycles. They open like portals, and there's no real predicting or controlling where that's going to happen. But once a portal of potential reconnection opens between you, it's almost like the both of you feel it and get pulled back into it magnetically. And that's what I feel happening here now. So I am going to close the reading here, but we are going to continue on to the extended. So we're going to take a look at what this person is thinking and feeling on a deeper level, the masculine and feminine sides of the equation here, what they're both going through right now. Of course, you can connect with that however it seems to align with you personally. And For now, I'm going to close this reading with a Rumi oracle message. So thank you so much for tuning in today. If you are stopping off here, I am so grateful to have you here. I hope something connected, and I would love to hear from you in the comments if it did. If you are continuing with me to the extended version of this reading where we will dive deeper into the messages, then the link to that is under the video in the pinned comment and description box. And you can listen either from YouTube memberships or from Patreon. So that's really interesting. The Angel of Love card was actually stuck in this Rumi deck, which is my unconditional love card, which is interesting because that really seems to speak to that like softness and gentleness and never-endingness of your bond with this person, but also the thing they seem to love most about you that they can't let go of, that is your softness, the openness of your heart, how you love others so openly. They feel a kind of warmth from your love that they have never felt from any other feminine energy or anyone else in their life, even in a platonic context. I'm hearing it still astounds them or mesmerizes them. So the card that we pulled here is the Dissolving Light, and the guidebook here says, illusion has or soon will be released, and you shall become freer, free in a way that only truth can provide. Wow, so I know that's a bit of a shorter message, but that's just exactly where my eyes were drawn on the page when I flipped to this card number. So I really feel like that is the message someone needed to hear from Rumi. So again, I hope something from here connected with you. If you do want to continue on with me to keep this reading going, then you can follow the link under this video. Otherwise, I am wishing you a beautiful day and remainder of your week, and I will connect with you here again in Friday's reading.